Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to the Always Wired podcast. This is a bit of a tone shift from what we usually do. We are. It's a bit of a tone shift because, as you'll have noticed from us talking about Brock Lesnar, we quite like things that are big, beefy, and scare us. So we're going to be talking about a lot. We're going to be talking about. We're going to. So this whole podcast is basically just all about big, scary animals and how we love them. As always, I'm here with Martin and Blair. If they want to say hi.
I'm so sorry. Like we broke him. And we broke Blair. I forgot these photos were on here. I forgot these photos were on here. Oh, dear Christ. I need to put my phone away. Oh my Jesus. That should be the picture. Oh my God. Oh, I'm done. Oh. We're live now, I'm sorry. Man, for anybody that hears this, if this never gets edited out, we've got these photos in the group chat. I forgot they were there. It's baby Brock Lesnar looking on hench. Pictures of rickety cricket foot, it's always sunny. Oh my God.
Oh, my jaw actually hurts.
I'm in pain. My neck is
I've got locked jaw.
Oh my God.
Right.
Aye,
So
so
scary animals.
scary animals. Back in the present world. So Scott, you said you were watching Coyote Peterson last night.
Yeah. I was watching it before I went to bed. Just after I was watching 72 Most Dangerous Animals Latin America.
Ooh.
Which, to be honest, I probably shouldn't have tried to watch that before my bed because there was huge tarantulas and everything on it.
They will get you.
They will get you. Sidebar. That's what this episode's called. It'll get you.
This is it'll get you ever.
Because they will. Most of these beefy animals will get you. You might not think they'll get you, but they'll get you.
Here's the thing, people have a false misconception of what animals are like because everybody was weaned on Disney films and everybody has a family dog and your dog is nice. So instinctively you think all animals are nice. And it's not true. Animals on there were pals. They're horrible and most of them want to get you.
Aye, they're mostly they're mostly predators, aren't they? So.
And even the ones that aren't the predators, like hippos, just kill you.
If they can.
They kill you for the fun of it because they could.
There's this whole. I remember I got into an argument once, like 2 years ago, on Twitter with a wildlife photographer because he was complaining about elephant hunting and he said elephants are slow-moving, majestic creatures. And I got back to him and said the only elephants kill 500 people a year on average. There's nothing slow or nice about them. They're horrible. They're horrible, horrible big animals. He wouldn't have it because, I don't know, because of Dumbo, maybe. I don't know. People think they're friendly, but they're horrible. I hate them.
They're fast.
They'll get you.
They're like trains. Once they get going, they'll get you.
One of my uncles on my dad's side has moved to Thailand and he's got like property out in the jungle. They were trying to get me to go over and I'll get to it. There's a lot. And they were trying to get me to go and visit. I'm like, no, the jungle sounds horrible. And he said it's not that bad, but occasionally they have to get guys with guns out if the elephants are blocking the road. No, I don't want that. And they've got special guard dogs on his property to warn them if there's cobras or tigers about. They want me to go and visit. I'm like, no, you stick your cobras up your ass, man. Yeah, killed by a cobra.
No,
or a tiger.
That'd be horrible.
That would be really horrible. There's no human being alive I like enough to go and visit if they've disappeared into the jungles of South Asia. It's game over as far as I'm concerned. Fucking tigers.
They're dead to you. As far as you know, they've already been eaten by a tiger.
It could have been. How would we ever find it?
That's a good point.
If you've got to have special guard dogs to warn you if there's cobras on your property. Nah,
Nah,
It's
not
a no
having it.
from me.
I'm not having it. It's a hard no for me. Especially because it's in Thailand. It's like an 18-hour flight, and I don't like flying. So the whole time I'd be sitting on the plane thinking, if the plane doesn't crash, a cobra's going to kill me. You know what I mean? No good.
No, none of that. So you used to have seen Kyoto Peterson as well, aren't you?
Aye, he's
Aye,
great.
it was my brother that got me into him because my niece, she watches it. She's 5, and that's like her. That's not her new thing. She's like really into Coyote Peterson.
Yes. The best thing about it is when he gives you the 20-minute long sort of like sermon about the biology of the animal, and then he lets them bite him or sting him.
Aye,
And it's these pain-filled screams. He always traps to the ground in a bar screaming. It's so funny.
I think what would be worse about that is though that he needs to go and catch the animal. So it's not like somebody
Aye.
brings it into him. He's actually going out and looking for this animal. Then he's
He's
catching
got
it, knowing that that's going to sting him.
He's got to hunt it down first.
Aye, he has to take it to a lab to make sure it's the right one.
What was it? We get one of the big wasps, the tarantula hawk wasp or
Oh,
something.
aye,
Yeah, the tarantula hawk.
aye.
I watched that last night.
This big dirty wasp that eats spiders. And he's like, oh, it's got a really painful sting. Let it sting me. Half his body gets paralysed. He goes
Aye,
on and
he's
just
on the
collapses.
ground. He's like,
Oh. And the cameraman are like, is it sore? Give us a scale of 1 to 10.
that one camera guy's like, I know it's painful, but what does it feel like? He's like, I'm dying. I feel like I'm dying.
He's trying to choke out the words "get help" as he's collapsing.
Aye, but the tarantula hawk, or was it the executioner wasp?
Ah,
Oh,
He's just like, I can't move. He's like,
I think that was
how does it feel
executioner
though? How does it feel though?
That's the
This
most
man's
dangerous,
dying
isn't
on the ground. Help him.
That's the thing. It's the names they gave these things. The executioner wasp,
terrifying names for a terrifying animal.
the murder hornet. What?
Oh, the Japanese murder hornet.
The murder hornet.
He
What
took
is
he took
even
his thing
that?
from that as well.
Oh,
No.
he's a psycho. There's one where he gets a centipede to get him. And it's a big ass centipede. It bites him twice. It sinks in once and then gives him an air wee nip for good measure.
I hate them centipedes and millipedes. I don't remember the name of it, but there's a type of centipede that lives in the Amazon, and it's like 2 feet long.
Oh
And
no.
Oh
it
no.
eat- you know that Goliath bird-eating tarantula? It eats them.
Oh
It
my
gets
god.
them. And there's been like cameramen and stuff making documentaries, and they attack you. They come scurrying out the underbrush at you and attack you because they don't like the movement. Apparently, they're really aggressive. They try and bite you in the feet.
Oh.
Imagine that. You're just walking about the jungle, you can barely see because it's dark, you can hear everything, you're constantly on edge. And then this thing that's down on the ground with 100 legs and a armour for a skeleton comes barreling out the trees at you for no good godly reason and tries to bite you in the feet.
Or crawl up your trouser leg or something. Just
Oh,
no.
Jesus.
Oh
Aye.
no. No.
Do you remember that South Park episode where they try to save the rainforest? And then at the end,
I watched that the other day.
Cartman's
they all
with a stick.
Aye. And at the end of the episode, they all change their mind and say, "No, the rainforest sucks. It should be cut down."
Aye.
And it's only people that have never been that think it's a good place. That's how I feel about the rainforest. It's horrible, and I've never been. I don't need to go. I already know it. Everything wants to kill me. Eagles the size of fucking toddlers stealing monkeys and things. I don't need that sort of stress in my life.
And
Yeah.
we're all avid Attenborough fans as well here at the Always Wired podcast, obviously. Because if you know,
The
Yeah.
sainted Sir David Attenborough.
aye.
His shows are good in that they don't like show you the fluffy side of nature. It's all like, oh, here's how hunting dogs kill things. Look how happy they are being covered in blood.
Yeah.
So in preparation for this video this morning, I was sat in my pants with a piece of crisps watching animal attack videos on YouTube. And I noticed a few things about that. Firstly, is that most of them involve geese. because geese are really horrible. And secondly, the second most involved chickens. Where that like old adage came, like, "Oh, you're a chicken if you're a coward." I don't know where that came from, because chickens are awful mean, and I've been attacked by a chicken and a goose, and I could recite that story if you want, because it ties in with
Please
Please
tell us
do.
the story of you and then the story of your your uncle.
right. Aye, so there's like a vendetta in my family with geese for some reason. Right. So once, I must have been 18, 19, I can't remember. And me and my two pals, Ricky and Dan, who maybe be listening to this, so you're probably already laughing because you know what's coming. We went away up the River Dun, which is a river in the town of Ayr where we all live, and there was a goose blocking our way. And I thought, there's just one, we can get by it. And like I sort of came at it a bit to try and scare it away. And it was getting at all this with the wings, it was like posturing up and trying to fight me. And so like, I'm bigger, so I came in with my horns up, and the goose disappeared into the river. And I thought, right, we'll be fine. The goose has left. We're fine. And so we can proceed to continue with our wee trek. And then further up the river, the goose comes back, but it's brought 4 of its pals with it. I'm now staring down the barrel with a full gaggle. And they're angry.
You just tried to fight its pal.
I don't know, maybe it's my fault, I don't know. And they come in a threatening manner. They come at me. And I try to throw one horn at the first goose and miss. They're nipping at me, so I just turn around and we run the whole time. I'm at the back of the queue because I'm the slow. So these 5 geese just nipping at me. Up to where the main road is, there's like an incline, a kind of hill. So I'm like hanging onto the low hanging branches of trees, trying to haul my fleeing carcass up the hill. And these geese, they're nipping at me. They're nipping at the back of my legs, my calves, being just you can't see because we've no video audio, but they're coming at me. And they get me in the trousers, and my trousers rip up where the dick and balls are. So I've got a huge rip in my trousers, and they somehow go up my shoes. My shoes come off. My shoes are in that river now. I don't know what happened to them. But we finally escaped, and we got to the road, and I think Darren's mum came to take us home because we were all distressed and despondent. But I lost a pair of trousers, and the geese got my shoes. So that was horrible. I'll never fight a goose again. It will only work.
No, you shouldn't be trying to fight geese.
Well, I didn't want to run away from it because there was only one. I was not to know that it was going to run away and make the hot tag to its team of goons. They were all going to come at me. I couldn't have seen that coming. But then there's another story that Martin alluded to about my uncle. And he get properly battered by about 100 geese. And my other uncle, his brother, he was the one that told me the story one night, and they were away fishing with one of their other pals in their big dug. And they come to this like bend at the lake, and you can't see by the corner, so you've got to like walk around to see what's on the other side. And the dog starts acting really squirrely and like panicked, and they're like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong there?" So they take this turn, and my uncle swears blind that easily the heads of 100 geese are stopped what they were doing and turned to face them. Like, and he thought, right, fuck this, I know what's coming, this must be breeding season or something, I know what's about to happen. And him and the dog left. And my other uncle, who's um, bad tempered, I think would be the best way to put it, thought, no, fuck these geese, and tried to just walk through them. And they got him. They got him good and proper. And my uncle that got away says when he turned back, the only thing he could see was my other uncle on his knees, being overwhelmed in this like maelstrom of feathers. And this one big fist emerging through the surface of the feathers. As my uncle was valiantly trying to hammer fist these fucking geese. But it didn't work, and they got him, and he got battered. He survived, obviously, but he managed to run away. But my family, we don't like geese, and geese don't like us.
Apparently.
I've also been attacked by a chicken. Just
God.
at that point.
What's with you and birds?
I don't know. I've been attacked by a seagull and an ostrich as well.
I was going to say, did an ostrich know Squiggle you as well?
An ostrich took a run at me. Yeah. How would somebody in Scotland be attacked by an ostrich?
They
I
will.
hear YouTube thinking. Well, I'll tell you, if settle in, people, it's the bird attack hour. Maybe they don't like Baldy folk. I don't know. But here in Scotland, outside the town of Stirling, we have a place called Blair Drummond Safari Park, and I don't own it. It's just got the same name as me, and it's a big zoo, a big zoo type thing, and they've got a petting zoo bit where you can get in amongst these wee goats and like lambs and things. And for whatever reason, they had a fucking ostrich in there, and it came at me because I went up to have a wee look at it because I was only like 8 or something, and I had never seen an ostrich before in real life. And I went up to him. I didn't touch it or anything, and I didn't like come at it. I just went up towards it, and it was shading under a tree, and it jumped up from under the tree it was hiding under, and went and started running at me. I turned around and dove over the fence. The petting zoo was fenced in, with like a wee fence, like going off the ground. I like dived over the top of that, and I'm not an agile man. I never have been, even as a child. So it must have been quite something. Must have been something to see.
Man.
Evidently, it didn't properly chase me because they can run at like 28 mile an hour and it would have got me. But it must have just went and like lunged at me, and I probably shot myself and turned around and ran away. A seagull got me off Inchcombe Island, off the coast of North Queensferry, and my dad's old parrot got me once on her. That's 5 birds that I could that have turned around at me.
Oh God, Martin, you've been chased by any birds?
I don't think so. There was a time I used to live by the sea, so I was down visiting my pals, and me and my mate thought it'd be a good idea to get a Chinese and sit because we're at the pub. One of the pubs that faces onto the seafront, a place called the Nonsuch. So we'd sat on the benches like across it, get a wee Chinese and that. It was great. I'd get salt and chili chicken and salt and chili chips
Five
with
boys.
curry sauce. So we were eating it, and obviously it was it was quite spicy. And I ate my salt and chili chicken, and I was in my salt and chili chips, and like a gang of like seagulls just started like swarming round us. That way of the day, and they start kind of like dropping down lower and lower, like they're going for the chips. So obviously there was a lot of them, and I was like quite drunk, so I was a bit terrified. That way your senses heighten when you're drunk. So I just chucked the chips because I'd already ate if it was the salt and chili chicken, it might have been a different story. I would maybe have let's try to stand my ground a bit more. As it's me, I was like, no. But no, because it was the chips, and I knew how spicy they were. I was like, you'll be fucked in half an hour after eating these. Like,
I like
the
that.
wee arses will collapse.
I like
was
that.
like, it's a fuckies.
I think it's funny that you would have fought to defend the main course of your dinner, but no the add-ons, no the sides.
Not the side dish.
Aye.
No, I've seen the film Birds. I know how it goes. That's not happening with chips.
The birds. It's just an hour and a half of folk getting their eyes pecked out by seagulls.
I've seen it. I know how it goes. For chicken, I'd maybe go for it, but no, for chips.
Chicken is good though. I think about that every time I eat one. Like you tried to get me once, and now I'm eating you.
You think this could be the chicken?
This might be the chicken. Actually, it isn't. It was my grand's pet chicken. She kept a pet chicken at her back garden, and we used to make French toast with its eggs.
Right.
So one summer, I was just sitting out the back garden with like what was the ice cream? You don't get them anymore. I think it was them Solero shots that you don't get anymore. Remember them? The wee Solero ball things.
Yeah.
I sat out the back garden and eating them, and our pet chicken came at me. I didn't do anything. I was just sat there on the grass, and it started trying to maul me.
Unprovoked chicken attack.
I got up and like ran away because I didn't want to keep fucking with my grand's pet chicken.
Did it die? Aye.
No, it died eventually. I didn't kill it, no, but it did die eventually. I think so. It was called Henrietta. That was its name. Henrietta.
Nah, you'd be karate chopping that thing in the back of the head, wouldn't you?
But then my gran might have taken the wooden spoon to me and I didn't want it.
Nah, were you bigger than your gran?
I've always been bigger than my gran. She was like 5 feet 9. Yeah, 4 feet 9.
Martin, you can't take on your gran.
No, it's not done. I didn't want. I didn't like the idea of looking out the window to see me like with my knees on a chicken.
A chicken in a heatlock.
I've got his wee wings pinned to the ground with my knees. I'm just hammer fisting it in the face like Bob Sapp. That's what I could have done. But
You
to be
can't be
honest,
throwing hands with chickens.
if I could go back in time, I would have, because the disrespect of that dirty wee thing chased me away from where I was sitting. But I'll not lie to you, I was startled, and when it came at me, I got a fright, so I got up and ran away. I was young. I was only young. If a chicken comes at me now at this age, I'm definitely going to kill it.
See, I've tried to keep away from birds because, like, they don't freak me out, but I wouldn't try and square go one.
Oh, I'm like that now. I've learned. I had this idea in my head when I was younger that somehow I was the alpha predator, and obviously the geese don't agree with me.
Aye, 'cause geese are hard. Like, there's a whiskey factory up here that uses guard geese.
It's a thing.
Aye.
The Tunnocks factory uses them
Guard
too.
geese.
Guard geese.
No, you're not having it.
And let it be known, I'm calling them both out on their show right now. My two pals, Dan and Ricky, ran away and left me. They didn't even try to fling horns with the geese. Mate, I would have fought a goose with you two, and you fucking ran away and left me. Mate,
They left you to fight a gaggle.
they should have reimbursed me for my shoes that I lost. Because Ricky listens to these, so he'll hear this. So fuck him. I want him to know. It was his stupid idea. He convinced me and Dan that he saw a pelican in the River Dun, and that we should go adventuring like Stand By Me to fin it. And I know that, because you don't get fucking pelicans in here. For some reason, it never clicked into my head that I was being chased by the geese. Funnily enough, at a moment of terror-filled clarity, that I've been swindled. You don't get pelicans up here.
I've been swindled.
I think it's all I swore and get confused. And neither Darren nor me thought to correct him. Like, no, you don't get pelicans here. We all just went along it like it was some coming of age fucking drama. And I lost my shoes.
So did you have to walk up the road in your socks?
Aye. We went out, and I think Darren's mum came to get us or something. And I was sitting with my trousers ripped up the dick and my feet hanging out.
Up the dick.
That tells you they were calling for my plums. My plums was definitely pumping. I was terrified.
Hashtag plums pumping.
Hashtag plums pumping. Hey, I know Ricky listens to these, so you can hear that back. You owe me a pair of shoes. Fucking
you know the
pelicans, by
address.
Christ.
Amazon them over.
Pelicans, by Christ, man. What did we think we were even going to do with them when we found one? That's the thing. I've got so many questions now that I'm not even thinking. Now that I'm nearly 30, I'm thinking about that whole incident in much more clarity. What would we even have done with the pelican? We would probably have got battered by the pelican.
Ricky, if you're listening, drop in the comments section.
Aye. Back to me when you hear this, man. What did you expect us to do with the pelican once we found it? I don't know. You've never told me. I don't know what we were expecting.
What if you had found the pelican after you had got battered by the geese, and then got battered by the pelican?
The pelican gets us down. I don't know what we were supposed to do, but we were to catch it. I don't remember. See, here's the thing. Me and my pals, these two that I'm talking about, we were prone to a bit of day drinking back then when we were 17. I feel like maybe we hadn't slept and we had been up all night drinking, and Ricky thought he saw a pelican. I don't remember. So like when he hears this back, maybe he can tell me. But why we did that and what we were going to do with it. Because pelicans are massive. If the geese didn't get us and there was a pelican there, it would have fucking got us.
Right.
It would have got my shoes. Maybe I was just destined to lose my shoes that
day. That's the best bit. You losing your shoes.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
That and your uncle hammer fist and geese.
The horn coming out the gaggle.
That's how it was told. I wasn't there for that one, but that's how it was told. I was in tears. So I think the takeaway for this show may be geese are really horrible and avoid them.
Because don't your uncles will try and punch a cow? Or punch?
He did punch a cow, eh?
Did you know him a horse?
He did, eh? That's my Uncle William. He doesn't like horses, and he was at the shows or a festival or something. I can't remember where he was, and a horse came by him, and he didn't like it, so he put the heed in it. And they get drunk one night and punched a coo.
No break his on.
Aye.
That's what he gets.
And the coo was completely unfazed, as it's told. Because of course it was. Because of course it was. It's a coo.
Did he punch it in the face or like in the gut?
In the face.
He broke his hand on its face.
Aye. So he tells me, I wasn't there for that, but he told me that one night. He would tell me all these funny stories. Mostly about him trying to hurt animals. He also told me he saw a guy get battered once in a supermarket with a tin of beans. Somebody held this guy down and started hitting him in the face with a tin of beans. And eventually, after enough impact, the tin split down the middle. And then the guy's face get cut to ribbons with the sharp tin.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
I know. It's funny.
That'd be a horrible thing to happen to you, but wasn't it? Battered tin of Heinz.
Aye. He didn't specify the brand of the beans.
Other brands are obviously available.
Aye, they're a fine
If you're going to
selection.
batter somebody with beans, you've got to use Heinz, best of gear. The one with the sausages through it.
Aye, because then when the split bit of tin shreds your eyelids off, you get wee bits of sausage down behind your eyeball.
There you go.
That's
We
not
will
good.
accept sponsors from Heinz. Thank you very much.
Aye.
Or any
I
other
promise not to.
beans company out there.
Wait, 100% guarantee we will not stove anybody's face in with one of your tins.
No.
We'll actively
We'll
describe
prove
it.
how strong your tins are.
I'm married a pineapple man myself if we're in a supermarket brawl.
That's your weapon
If
of
we're in a
choice.
If we're in a supermarket brawl like Stone Cold and Booker T that day, I'm getting pineapples. I'm going to take 2 pineapples by the leaves and swing them like fucking flails. I come in like the Iron Sheik with the Persian clubs. Just cave your skull in my couple of pineapples.
Oh, that'd be horrible because they're jagged.
Because pineapples are heavy as well.
Pineapples are heavy.
They'll do you in. They'll get you.
They'll get you. They go full bloody paper. Coconuts.
That might have been my weapon of choice, the coconut.
Coconuts. You're in a supermarket, Martin. What you staving somebody's skull in with?
A watermelon.
Watermelon.
A watermelon. But they break though.
They're very hard to break, from what I gather.
We need to test it on somebody.
Aye.
I don't.
We'll all go to
They're
Tesco.
dead heavy as
Get
well.
someone skull in.
It was just
They're heavy.
because I was thinking of that video of a hippo eating a watermelon. And it was apparently hippos love watermelon, so they chop quite a full watermelon, and like obviously a hippo's like get that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That it just demolishes this watermelon. And I was like, that looks pretty tough. I was like, see if you have to belt that over somebody's heat.
I've never built it nobody with a watermelon, but what I did do one Easter many years ago, when I knew my cousin was coming down to stay with me, I put them family sized slabs of Galaxy chocolate.
Uh-huh.
I get one of them for my Easter because I got a Galaxy. Aye, it was like one of them. I get like a Galaxy Easter egg, and that came, the big slab of Galaxy came with the egg. And so the day before, I knew my cousin was coming down to stay with me, so I put it in the freezer. And when he came, this is the God's honest gospel of all, and it was brilliant. And when he came up into my room to dump his stuff, because we used to share a room a lot. And I hid behind the door because I could hear him coming in with this like tombstone slab, as you say, Martin, a frozen Galaxy. And when they come in and shut the door, I went like edge with a concerto and just fucked him over the head. He went running like a sack of tatties.
He was still breathing.
I'll tell you this, he got me back because he had brought Easter eggs with him, and then he just, like, when he got back up, he taken them out the bag and smacked me over the forehead with them. So, we quite a violent relationship, my cousin and me. But it was funny, I don't know why, it just clicked in my head, oh, he's coming down tomorrow, I should freeze that and fuck him. So it worked, he went done, he went right done. And I've been taken out with the Yellow Pages once before, so if we're talking about staving skulls in with them.
Who did it? The Geese.
Oh, the God, they don't have thumbs. Thank Christ they don't have thumbs, or that's the sort of evil shite, right there. Threw folks rubbish for like flung away phone books and junk folk with them. No, it was some old pal, I don't remember who it was. He thought it'd be funny to hit somebody with the yellow pages, and I thought, you try it with me, it'll not be that bad. And it was that bad, it was horrible.
Oh,
The yellow pages were 8,000 pages thick. It was like,
no.
just since we went off on a side note there about hitting folk with stuff.
I know, I can't believe we went from beefy animals to freezing chocolate to hit folk with.
Well, this is
Also
a more
got some-
chill podcast compared to the other two.
Aye,
Yeah, it's more open, isn't it?
Aye.
stupid with it stuff. And while I'm in this train, I thought I also took somebody with a cane once.
A
That was
cane?
quite good. Cane, an old cane, like a walking stick. Scaled somebody on the forehead with one of them once when I was young. I don't know, I like hitting folk in the head with stuff. It's funny.
Oh god.
Anyway, has either of you ever been attacked by an animal?
I've been attacked by a dog.
Aye,
Oh.
I
I've
get
never been
Got
done
a
with a
dog bite on my right arm, but it was my fault. We were all drunk and I didn't let it out, so it bit me.
Alright. What kind of dog was it?
Oh, it was a big kind of sheepdog.
Oh,
But
a
it was
collie?
mass- Aye, but it was like a mix with something because it was bigger than normal collies. It was massive.
Jesus.
It's a border collie I've got. It's never really bit me right enough because it knows.
Aye.
What's your kick?
It showed its teeth at me once, and it was that way. I done that thing. Like I just put my knuckles at his face. I was like, go for it. I was like, try it.
Golden it.
He was like kind of backing. He was like backing down, and I picked him up and like, put him out in the hall, and I was like, no, you don't fuck with me.
I tell you, listening to this
You need
back,
to know.
considering all the things we've just said, that we might sound insane to anybody that listens to this. But we're not.
You need to have your dog in its place, otherwise you'll be its bitch. But no,
That's true.
I got attacked off a dog when I was younger. Actually, I get fucked up by a West Highland Terrier. It was my big sister's dog, and it was staying with me one night, and it was in my room. The thing was a fucker, man. I had to get put down. It just attacked me. Aye, it went psycho.
Jesus.
Oh, I don't know what was wrong with it, but it was like a devil. It was like the Tasmanian devil. That's the only way I could describe this thing. Because when it used to get into trouble, it used to back itself into the corner and like growl. If anybody went near it, it would launch at you. But it wasn't like a wee nip. It was like this thing because it was under my bed, and I had like a yogurt pot or something under my bed. I think I was like 10, and I was like, get it out. I'd grabbed it by the collar, and it turned round and it latched onto like 3 of my fingers. I've still got the scar.
Ah, Christ.
Latched onto my hand, and it was like shaking. It was
That's
like, trying to
horrible.
rip it off,
Ah,
like,
trying to death roll your fingers.
aye, and I was like screaming. I was like, oh, no, it's got me.
Terriers will get you.
Good night or something. I was like half
It's got me.
my mum and dad kept charging it. I'm just getting right. I'm lying in the floor.
God. Oh, I can picture that.
Oh, man.
That's brilliant.
I was traumatised. I had to sleep up with my big sister that night. She was like, it's alright, just come sleep in with me. And I'm like, greeting. Good night, terrors. I couldn't get the vision of its face at my
Oh, your name
it's all coming back to me. It's like Vietnam.
That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. The idea.
Let it be known that dog is dead.
Oh, my face.
Let it be known that dog is very dead now.
I feel bad because it was like my sister's pet, and she really liked it.
I feel bad, but it tried to kill you.
Aye, like, see,
It tried to take your fingers.
aye, it was tiny. It was like, obviously it was small, but it had a good bite force on it. And obviously, I was about 10, so I had a lot smaller hands and that, and it got me. It got me. I'll get it. It got me. And I'm left with the scars.
It tried to go full crocodile on your wrist
I
and pierce
know.
all your fingers off.
I'm,
I've got
I'm
to say, man, the idea of you lying in a ball on the ground screaming with this dog hanging off your horn is going to please me for the rest of the week.
uh,
Mum, Dad, it's got me.
I was just screaming. I was,
It's a good chance.
got me.
Imagine that was your last words. Oh, it's got me. It's got me.
I was, no. Right. I'm trying to think if I was the first one at that. Because I think you have to get a taste for it.
Oh, they do that, man.
They say with sharks, you get a taste, you get a thirst for blood.
Tigers and bears. That's why I was telling you earlier. I've got these books written by like big game hunters for the early 19th century and that, and they get brought in to kill man-eaters that have like taken to eating like people. It's tigers stealing folk out of villages, and eventually they get a taste for it, so they keep doing it. So they've got to hire some big guy in khakis with a gun to come and kill it. Horrible. But about that, we've not brought this up yet. So we started doing this podcast, and this is the time. This is the show. My favourite animal story ever is for you, Martin, when we were in college together, when that badger killed your dog. my horn to God, I tell folk about that.
Aye.
And I know,
The way you tell it as well was
I know
amazing.
everything about it, and I know you were sad because you liked that dog, but oh man, I laughed for about half an hour about that when I got home that day. I couldn't stop thinking about it for all the wrong reasons. Because
What
it's
was
a
it?
horrible.
Did it not go down a hole and then it couldn't get out and then the badger ate its face?
Aye, it was something like that. It chased the badger down the hole, and it get like stuck in it because they used to go like hunting, and that was like part of it. This was before it was illegal, I'm sure. It kicks my dad's store in. My brother. So the dog had been down this hole, and the badgers had got it. Badgers, but they like to back into a corner, and I think the dog kind of its head gets stuck, and the badger was just gnashing and tearing at it. But to reiterate the point, that badger is now dead.
Vengeance was good.
Aye, it get shot.
Oh my god.
I feel bad. I think my dad listens to this. This is going to bring back horrible memories.
I'm so sorry. If Martin's dad listens to this, I'm honestly so sorry. But he told us about that in college and it nearly killed me. Oh,
It's the way you brought it up. We weren't even talking about animals.
I don't remember what we were even talking about. Probably Tywin Lannister. That's all we ever talked about.
Aye, it's Tywin.
And then he was like, I used to have a dog, but a badger ate his face. He was like, excuse me?
And we're like, what? We need a bit more information than that. I got stuck in a hole and this badger ate its face.
I used to always ask how many badgers you could fight at the same time.
The answer is none. Let's talk about that logically then. Let's talk about that logically then. If it's just one of them Scottish badgers that we've got here, you could probably take one.
Aye, I think I could.
Now, if it's one of them honey badger bastards for Africa, that's a different game entirely.
They're bastards. They'll
get you.
I read up about them sometimes, and it's like, no. Because they're arseholes. Like, they go about and they just like tea things off. Like, see if like a rabbit's made like a burrow, it'll just go and take it.
You can kill everything that's hiding in there.
Aye.
I've read that their skin is so tough, you've got to use a special gun to shoot them. You can't even just shoot one if it comes at you. And they've been known to hide under like buffalo and wildebeest and jump up and tear the balls off them.
Tear the balls off them.
For no good reason. There's videos of them fighting lions and stuff.
I've seen that.
They're terrifying. That reminds me so much. Did you ever play the game Far Cry 4?
No.
No, right. Well,
No.
it's set in like a country that's on the border with India. They make this fictional country for you to play the game in, and it's on the border with India. And so, like the wildlife that's in it's all the sort of things you would expect to see ever in that part of the world. and one of them is honey badgers. There's honey badgers cutting about the map, and they attack you, and you've got to do this wee side mission, and it's to get revenge for this wee guy who lives in the mountains. His wife get eaten by honey badgers, so you got
They'll get you. I quite like that you mentioned buffalo. Buffalo is one of the they're one of the kind of animals that I've been kind of freaking out about recently, especially the Cape buffalo. Because they can go up to 100, not 1,800 pounds.
they'll get you.
They're on at 35 miles per hour. How?
Aye, there's no need for that.
Momentum. That's how.
Aye,
Momentum.
force and momentum. In Africa, it's got a colloquial nickname called the Black Death, the Cape Buffalo, because they kill roughly 300 people a year, mostly unprovoked.
Aye,
They're considered by African game hunters to be the most dangerous game, like a lot of them. Some people think it's elephants, other folk think it's lions. But I get a sizable percentage of them are more afraid of these buffalo than anything else. Because they randomly attack lions and stuff, because they're territorial and mean. Remember watching one of David Attenborough's shows? I think it was either The Hunt or Africa. I can't remember what one it was. They're both brilliant anyway. And these three lionesses take a Cape buffalo down, like a big bull. And at the start, they chase the rest of the herd away, and this one bull just won't run away. And to quote Sir David, he actually says he's just too massive to care. He was that big and beefy that he was not afraid. And these lionesses, they get him, and they're like up on him, and they take him to the ground. And they're like trying to, because lions try to choke you out. They go for the throat and try and like pinch off the jugular. So they're trying to bite through this thing's fucking neck. That's as wide as this desk I'm sitting at. And then after about 10 minutes, the buffalo just gets up, back onto its feet, shakes the three lionesses off, and walks away. So I was like, what? It was letting them do that. And then was like, right, I'm bored now. And just gets up and fucks off. I gave you a chance. You fucked it up. I'm bored now. Attack somebody else. And then the three lionesses are all exhausted, so they don't get chased. They're just sitting there like, oh, fuck. We wasted that. You might have seen the size of this fucking thing, though. It was enormous. It was like a car with hoofs. I don't like them.
What element has the scariest animal? Land, sea, or air?
Sea.
I'd say sea.
Surely to Christ. Because like humans can't swim very well. Even the best human swimmer can't outswim like a mackerel or something. You know what I mean? And because we're just inept in the water, and there's sharks and things in the water,
and tigerfish.
Manfish. Manfish.
If nobody's seen it, it's from a show called River Monsters, and the presenter it's called Jeremy Wade, and he catches a tigerfish, but someone's edited it so that his face is on the fish and the fish's face is on the human body.
It's the creepiest, most horrible thing you've ever seen.
Is it going to get the compilations right, like the skin colours and all that?
Right, and it's the shirt. The manfish is wearing a shirt. It's horrible.
It's the best picture. Me and Blair would just look at it in college, just go. I would just show him a picture of it on my phone. You go, ah.
That was my running gag in college. We get sent away to the library to do some sort of research and end up just wikiing scary fish. Sitting freaking out about tiger sharks and jellyfish and things. How we any get worked in is beyond me.
How we passed, I've no idea.
I don't know. But the sea, surely, because everything in the sea wants to get you, and everything in the sea is so big. Consider right, freaky big, right? So consider the whale. Whales aren't like aggressive, really, the really big ones, but they're so enormous. They've got the blue whale, right, is 100 and odd feet long and about 100 tons, and its tail is 30 feet wide.
It's like two airplanes next to each other or something.
Oh, they're horrendous. I don't like them. I don't care how gentle they are. I don't like them. Their tail is bigger than a great white shark. Fuck that. You know what that could do to your body if you happen to be behind it on a kayak or something, and its tail just come down and tap you, you'd burst. Take like a grape between your finger and forethumb and squeeze it. That's how you would look if this thing's tail landed on top of you.
And it would follow you, and it wouldn't even notice.
Exactly right. It wouldn't even know you were there. They're so freaky big. I don't like them. Everybody wants to go out in boats and see them. So if that thing breaches out the water, everybody you know is dead. It's going to land on you and kill you. They say a full-grown human being can stand inside the heart valve of a blue whale.
Aye.
It's fucking heart valves are that big. You can stand upright inside them.
Aye, you
Fuck
can
it, no.
swim through them.
I hate that. I don't like that idea. I don't care how friendly or gentle they are. They're enormous. There's no need. No need.
Nah, there is no need.
But then again, I just don't go in the water, so I'm never going to
Aye.
see one.
And it gets freakier and freakier the further down the sea you get,
Oh,
like to the ocean floor.
Aye,
Shit starts
there's
lighting up.
so much of the ocean that's still to be discovered, isn't it?
Aye, they said we've only explored something like 3% of the ocean deep.
Aye.
It's something mental. They explored more of the moon than they have of the deep ocean.
Because
I mean,
if that's what's at the top, what the fuck's at the bottom?
there's squids and things.
Oh,
Near
there
air.
must be like mad shit in there.
Squid's a mad looking bastard, isn't it?
Huge things.
I don't know about you. It depends on the shape of their body, which is the thing. Like folk used to say on YouTube that the megalodon is still alive and is hiding down at the bottom of the ocean, and it can't be, because the ocean pressure at that depth would be too heavy for such a bulky mass. That's why when you get down that deep, the biggest thing you see are like invertebrates, big squids and things, because they're for other length they don't have a heavy mass. They're not very dense. Like a giant squid that's 50 odd feet long isn't going to weigh more than 1,000 pounds because of the shape of his body. Because the pressure of the ocean is so severe down that deep that it would crush something with like a big mass, like a megalodon. That and there's no oxygen that deep down either. All the big animals, the really big animals, live near the surface because the water is more oxygen rich at that level. So it helps them fuel because to move a huge body requires a lot of fuel, like a lot of energy expansion. And when you expand energy, you need to take in more oxygen. So there's not a lot of oxygen down in the deep. So everything that's big down that way is invertebrates. It's like big crabs and big squids and things. So there's no megalodons living down in the bottom of the deep for anybody that thinks there might be. Sorry.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
I know.
Oh, ayo.
Yo, my cock.
Aye.
I can, no a shagging.
Ah, fuck's sake.
There's also no Loch Ness Monster for anybody that's listening to this. So sorry.
Wales single-handedly tried to destroy the tourist industry of Inverness.
I don't like
He's
being
written this
lied.
yesterday.
We did have this yesterday, didn't we? I'm sorry, I'll not mention it. Aye, you're right. The further deep you do, the further down deep you go, everything gets weirder and uglier. Like shit starts lighting up and stuff.
Aye. Weirdly colourful.
Yeah, which is funny because colour doesn't register in these sorts of depths.
No.
The only colour that's perceptible to the eye down in the depths is red. So why they've got these elaborate colour patterns, I'll never know. It's weird.
Well, all over their tentacles as well.
Aye, Chromata Falls they're called. They light up.
That's one of my favourite episodes, Blue Planet, where they go down deep.
The Abyssal Zone episode. You find out anglerfish, they're horrible, aren't they?
Oh.
Like wee fitbas with teeth. If you're listening to this, you've never seen an anglerfish, picture a fitba but with teeth. Big, horrible, hooked, curvy teeth. Okay?
They will get you.
I feel like they might attack you if you saw one. You know what I mean?
I think so. Because they're aggressive.
That luck about them, didn't they? That they would just attack you.
Aye. It's like the scariest thing in Finding Nemo.
I'll give you that. I will give you that. It's hiding down there in the depths waiting to get you. I like how that's a kid's film, a child's film, we're not American. And at the start, the main character fish, his whole family gets killed by a barracuda.
I know.
Which I always thought was funny. Kills his wife and all his other wee fish children.
Trying to be eggs.
Big bastard to a barracuda.
It just leaves one.
Just leaves
one cracked egg.
And he becomes a horribly neurotic parent because he's got PTSD because all his loved ones get snatched by a barracuda. It's quite a dark film when you really analyse it. And you think about that.
Aye. Dory's got Alzheimer's.
Aye. That's sad. And the wee dentist keeps Willem Dafoe's troubled fish in a tank.
Willem Dafoe's fish.
Willem Dafoe's the troubled fish with the past. We never found out what happened to him, I don't think. I don't remember, I've not seen it for a while. He's
No,
got a wee
it's a good
scar
film.
in his face.
Aye.
It's actually quite good, isn't it?
And his left fin's just all mangled.
Does it explain why he's like that? Was he captured?
No,
I don't remember what
Doesn't
happened.
explain. You
But
just assume that something real bad happened to him.
Mystery of television, innit?
talking about barracudas, I remember this. There used to be this banger of a show on Animal Planet called When Animals Attack.
Oh, I used to watch that, aye.
You used to watch that? It was
Aye,
great.
when animals attack, aye.
It was brilliant, man. There was like 5 seasons of it, just folk retelling their stories about how they were horribly mauled by some big scary animal. And one of them was a wee woman that lived in Florida, and she worked on a dock. And her job was she would go down and scrape the hulls of the ships for barnacles to keep them nice and streamlined. Barracuda and mestfish are attracted to shiny things, right? So like the hot Floridian sun was shining off the wee metal scraping thing, and the barracuda seen it and homed in on her and attacked her. She just felt like a rush of pressure behind her and turned round as this fucking thing's mouth was opening up round about her face.
Oh, fuck me, man.
There's something about that just always made me laugh. Imagine that that's your first job of the day. You've just started your shift. That's your first boat haul. You've another 6 hours to go under the water, scraping ships. And on your first ship, a barracuda gets you.
No, that's why you stay out to sea. But on land, these animals they can get you, like snakes.
Aye, it's not like the land is any safe, isn't it?
No.
Snakes and things everywhere.
Aye.
That reminds me, I nearly got attacked by an adder.
Ah,
Yeah, I forgot all about that. And
Where were you?
down in the New Galloway Forest,
Right, aye.
many years ago, me and my pal Darren, who also abandoned me to the geese, he's in this story too. He abandoned me to a snake. I need new pals. They keep leading me to animals. But we were out walking along the grass, and this snake was curled up in a wee ball, the way the coil on the ground, and it jumped up and hissed at us. And I froze because I thought maybe if I stopped moving, it wouldn't see me. I stood still, thinking maybe this thing would be like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park, and it wouldn't attack me. And Dan turned around and ran away in the opposite direction, just storing there with this fucking poisonous snake. So that's
No.
twice he's abandoned me to die at the hands of an animal.
Aye, because I used to live in Spain, like down south, and there was snakes everywhere. And my mum's deathly afraid of snakes. And my sister had a moped, and they were on the moped, and they were driving, and this snake came out in the road.
Oh god!
And she was freaking out. And I don't know if it was poisonous or not. They never did tell me what kind of snake it was. But like the fact that it can just come out from the side of the road and try and get you.
Completely unprovoked, though. That's what annoys me about snakes.
To be fair, if you're on a bike, could you not just run it down, go at its neck?
But you've got the fear factor of it. You could fall off and they could constrict you and get you.
Ah, that's true.
How big was this snake? If you think it's going to constrict you, how big a snake
It
are
was,
we
it was a
talking?
decent size. It wasn't like an anaconda or anything, but it was like maybe about 4 foot. They could get around your neck.
Yeah, it'll get you.
I had to pry a rock python off my dad's neck once.
Oh my god!
This whole show is just all these stupid stories about me being attacked by animals. It's not
What
what I.
happened there?
My dad used to keep and breed snakes, so he got this big fucking African rock python that was really aggressive. It was 9 feet long when he got it, so it was already at 3 feet on me, and it was just muscles. And I come home one day for wherever I was. I don't remember where I had been. And he was down in the snake room, down in the bottom of the house. He had this designated room for the snakes, and this thing was just ruining his neck. He'd been trying to feed it or something, or clean the tank, and it attacked him.
My god!
And he was going to give me a horn with this, like perfectly calm. I would have been freaking out like fuck. It's like, can you help me with this? I was like, Frey, if you go to its mouth, he's like, he had his horn in its mouth so it couldn't bite him in the face. And I had to get it and start trying to unwrap the coils of this fucker off my dad's neck. Yeah, it was weird.
Was it squeezing?
Oh, it was squeezing. I was trying to kill him. Yeah.
It was
The
probably trying to
snake
eat
was
him.
a bastard. Oh, it was definitely trying to eat him. The snake was a
Aye,
bastard.
they do that. I think they go after their food for a while and they just size you up. Because like,
Well, see,
if they don't eat for long enough, I think that they can then digest like a person.
right. For this thing, I had kept eating. It hadn't stopped eating, but it just attacked folk anyway. It was really aggressive. We had a wee Boston Terrier at the time, and every time it would walk past the snake's tank, the snake would strike the tank with its teeth,
Oh my God.
try to get this dog, and it would do it with me too, because that's the snake room was where the house computer was kept. So I'd go down there to like check Twitter or something. You walk by this thing, and you would just hear the, and you turn round, and I swear on my own life, its face was sliding down the plexiglass. of the tank. It was worse than that python kept breaking loose. It kept escaping. It kept forcing its way out of the tank and hiding under desks and things. It was horrible.
At that point, shouldn't you have just started down and went, right, come on. This keeps breaking out and it could kill us all.
Oh, I did. It didn't seem to care. My dad, bless him, is one of them folk that's not afraid of anything. You know, one of them weird people that like nothing seems to scare them. Well, everybody around about them is terrified that he's like that. And he didn't think it was a problem. And I'm like, it's gonna kill either me, you, the dog, or the grandchildren. You need to get rid of this thing. It's a monster. And then I googled them, and they grow to nearly 30 feet long. It's one of the biggest snakes in the world, the African rock python. I'm like, we can't have this thing in our house. It's already 9 feet long and it's tried to kill us all at least once. You couldn't have this fucker in the house, man. I used to, on my own life, when I would go to sleep, I would take my spinny office chair thing and put it under the handle on the door in case the snake got loose and tried to break it in my room while I was asleep. I hated it. I hated it.
Oh my God. How did you live? How
Oh,
did you live with the fear?
in terror, in permanent terror.
You're just sitting there watching the TV and you're like that, looking out your shooter. Just imagine.
Because I had a PC in my room at the time, but I didn't have internet connection on it for whatever reason. This is back in the modem days. So I'm sitting trying to enjoy a game of Championship Manager, and every couple of seconds, I'm just looking over my shoulder, looking out for serpents. There's these sort of monsters for the Bible trying to break into my house and eat me. That was horrible. My dad, he was like a big animal
They end
fan.
up getting rid of that,
And they were always terrifying. I had to talk him out of buying a cobra because he wanted a cobra. I went down and he had a homepage up for this like exotic animals website thing, and it was selling water cobras. And he was like, "I'm going to buy a water cobra." I went, "The fuck you what?" Because he managed to give that python away to like a private collector or something. I can't remember what happened. I'm sure he gave it to somebody, a private collector. And he's like, "I'm going to buy a cobra now." I'm like, "The fuck you on, man? I'm moving out if you got a cobra." Oh, cobras, man.
Does he still keep snakes?
No. He got a new girlfriend and she made him get rid of them all.
Oh, right. It happened. They'll get you, you know. The women, they'll get you.
The women will get you. It's a much longer, painful death. I end up having to turn the snake room into a dining room.
Oh, Christ. Would you say that snakes are scarier than spiders?
Logically, aye, because spiders don't often kill folk. It's kind of rare, but snakes kill a lot of folk. I remember the cobras alone kill it's something insane. It's like 100,000 people a year in India are killed by cobras. I know that sounds like a high number, and maybe that's half, but it is an insane. It's in the tens of thousands anyway. People are killed by cobras every year, and that's just
Right.
cobras. That's not even all the rest of the snakes. That's just cobras because they're evil. And but spiders are scarier. I'm more feared for spiders. I don't know what it is.
I'm more scared of spiders.
A lot of the spiders, you don't see them coming. They like hide under your toilet and all that, and in your shoes. No.
I'll
You see them?
give you that. It's when the ones that you see at night, like if you're in watching the telly at night with the lights off, and you can see it running about in the dark. That's when you know it's too big.
Oh,
It's
Yeah,
called say,
yeah.
we've
You
we've
can
got
see it because of the telly light.
so we hear it. We hear them when they run along there for it. So,
laminate flaring, aye.
aye.
The
Oh,
house I grew up in had laminate flaring. It was the same. You could hear them scurrying about. Like
Aye.
that.
no.
So they've got wee bits on.
Imagine spiders with 8 tiny steely shoes.
Aye. It's just a
Kyoto
game of
boots.
pipes.
Uh, I hate spiders.
Oh,
The
he
snakes
Aye.
would be like
I just hit them
snakes.
with a shoe. I kill them in sight. No.
We're
Aye.
lucky in Britain though, because our spiders, like, they don't really do anything. Like, they're just
If
scary. Whereas,
if
like, if you
anyone
go to like
takes
the
one,
Amazon
fine.
or Latin America, it's just horrendous.
Aye.
Ghost spiders are scary, as you say, but they can't hurt you. But if you get to like Australia, where they've got the big huntsman bad boys, that are
Oh,
the size of bin lids, and they jump at you and they scream. I think it's one of these
Aye, they've
spiders
got lungs. They can scream.
it vocalizes they're trying to eat your face. Or that I
aye.
used to have a mate that was I went to school with and he was in the army for a while. And when he was deployed in Afghanistan, their camp was terrorised by camel spiders. I don't know
Oh,
if you've ever seen YouTube footage of them. They're like fucking dinner plates. They eat lizards and things.
aye.
And he said what they would do is they would set out with glow stick traps. The spider would spring the trap and then they would be covered in the paint out of a glow stick. So all you could see in the night was this luminous thing running about the desert and they would shoot them. That's what they would. So that every night their camp was terrorised with these fucking things. So I was like, no, that's a no. The desert's a hard no for me.
No.
For a variety of reasons, spiders is just one of them.
Aye, spiders and scorpions.
Oh, scorpions. So I was saying earlier about the names they give these things. There's a scorpion called the Death Stalker scorpion.
Oh my god.
I mean, what even is that? Death Stalker. Sounds like a metal band. The Death Stalker scorpion. Then you get the weirdos that collect them. Oh, they're friendly. Friendly are they, aye.
They're
I
not.
don't fucking think so.
It's like
They're
people that
not.
have tarantulas. Like, what are you doing?
Aye, you've
Be
got to wonder
serious.
about them. Oh, what have I got for a pet? I got a dog, I got a cat, you got a goldfish? No, I've got a Goliath bird-eating tarantula. It's bigger than Bob Sapp's fist and it stares at me while I'm swimming.
I must admit, do you want to know what freaks me out? Rats.
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 Aye. See, like, 'cause I always think, I go, thank God rats are the size they are. Because could you imagine, like, I was thinking about this earlier on actually, because we were talking, I was thinking about beefy animals. And I was looking at my dog, and I was, you're about 50 pounds, roughly. You're about 20, 22, 23 kilos, and I could take you. I was at, if a rat was that size, oh, that would fuck me up. Oh no! And I just started like freaking out, going, imagine a rat was the size of him, like that,
Hear
Mm.
because they're vicious wee fuckers.
that.
No,
They don't
huge
bother me
rat,
as such.
gnashing,
Aye.
tearing. Oh no!
Aye.
Oh,
And the bite
okay.
strength would go up with the size as well,
Aye,
Aye.
with their fangs.
No, I will give you that. Rats are only scary, but if they were the size of dogs, I'll give you that. I remember
aye.
watching this horror film once back in like the early 2000s. It was about killer spiders, and the wee scientist character in it said if spiders were the size of cats, mankind would either be wiped out or would need to wipe the spiders out. And I've been thinking about that ever since. And I was only about 12 at the time.
Was
And I
that
think
in
about
Legged Freaks?
no, it was before that. It was this cheap thing called Arachnid about this
Oh, I've
Oh,
seen
mystery.
that.
yeah, I've seen that.
You
Aye,
seen that? Aye.
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 I think that's why I'm scared of spiders.
Right, well, that's fair. But do you remember the specky scientist character? He says that in
Aye.
before he gets captured by them. And I've thought about that line ever since. And I'm a grown adult now, and it makes me think like pound for pound, spider silk is thicker and tougher than steel.
Uh-huh.
But it doesn't affect a human because the spider's so wee. Now, if a spider was the size of a cat and it weaved a web, a human would get trapped in that, no able to get out. And then it would come scurrying down the web at its fucking leisure and eat the lips off your face.
I like if they were all Goliath bird eaters.
Oh,
Could you imagine?
a
No.
huntsman spider the size of a cat. That's a hard pass for me. When they start getting the flamethrowers and all that shit, burn this motherfucker down.
Oh no, you would.
You need to
Aye,
kill him. You need to get the army in.
Aye, because they can lay loads of eggs as well.
Hunters.
Aye.
Hunters of eggs can nearly all hatching at the same time. Tens of thousands of wee legs.
Oh,
All coming at you to feed. To feed on your eyelids.
I'm gonna need a shower after this. I'm getting itchy.
Fucking spiders,
Uh,
man.
I can't stand spiders.
I hate them.
I just can't stop thinking about dog-sized rats.
What's worse, a dog-sized rat or a cat-sized spider?
Cat-sized spider.
I say spider too.
Oh, damn. I think I would genuinely have a heart attack if I saw that.
I'd probably go dog-sized rat purely because the cat-sized spider that'd be in Australia, and I'm never going to go to Australia. They can perish.
Yeah. What if they're in Dumbarton?
Right, what if you get the choice? What if the Almighty descends for the heavens and says to you, Martin, you can pick which new animal I introduce into your local territory. It will either be a dog-sized rat or it'll be a cat-sized spider. What do you pick?
Can I not shoot the guy asking the question because he's clearly a
Oh,
psycho?
you can't shoot God.
I said it's God. It's the Almighty.
You're just confirmed.
Oh, God, right.
Specify that it's the Almighty descends for the heavens and
Aye.
tells you what to pick.
You would just
So
throw
now
the bullet and turn you into jelly or something.
So no, you can't be shooting God.
Dog-sized rat, I'll take it. That can come.
For all the Christian listeners, we love you. Please keep watching.
Purely because the 8 legs freak me out and the hairiness of them. They look like a pig.
Aye,
See, I think you could take the rat.
I think you could take the rat too.
Oh, a dog-sized rat.
No,
Aye.
I'll tell
See
you
if
for
it gets
why.
on its hind legs, you could still punch it.
I'll tell you for why. Because they're real. You ever heard of an animal called the capybara?
Aye.
It's the largest member of the rodent family. It is, for all intents and purposes, a rat the size of a dog. And the pussy.
Does it have the? It doesn't have the temperament of a rat.
No, but technically it's genetics. It's
Aye,
all a rat.
we're going for see one the street rats you get, the ones that attack. We're going one of them, but dog sized.
Like a New York rat.
Right.
Aye.
I get you. I feel like I would rather throw horns with that dog-sized rat than tangle with a spider the size of a cat. Because I feel like the rat's just going to be temperamental and mean, but the spider maybe actually try and eat me. You know what I mean? Because spiders will eat anything they can catch, and a spider that size would be able to
Oh,
catch it.
could you imagine the fangs on it?
Oh, Jesus, wet. Big
Oh.
massive eyes.
I
All the eyes.
was just thinking at this time I was in a pet shop and I was in it with my pal Shug. My pal Hugh, shout out to Hugh Taylor.
Shug.
We were looking at like the rat, we were looking at like the guinea pigs and like the rats and shit because we were in just looking, and there was this little weird guy that came up to us and he started talking about rat piss. And he was, oh, by the way, see if you have a cut in your hand, you should never let a rat piss on you. It'll get you, and you'll die. And I was looking for letting a rat piss on me.
Thanks for the advice. And no, genuinely, rat piss carries this thing called Wheels disease. And if you get it inside you, it's allegedly it turns your intestines to jelly and you shite yourself to death. So it's true. Yeah.
See, I thought he was being serious, but I was like, why would you walk up to a group of, I think they were about 12 at the time, 12 or 13 year olds and gone, by the way, boys, never let a rat piss on you. It's no fun.
Maybe when you and Shug were 12, you had the luck of a couple of folk that wanted rats to piss on them. I don't know.
I must admit, I do like getting pissed on.
By your cousin.
That's what I used to think about jellyfish. I used to go, sting me.
Right. I've been stung by a jellyfish. It's no good.
Your experiences with animals, man. Jesus.
Maybe this why folk always criticise me for wanting to go hunting. Maybe this is why I want to do it. Animals have been fucking with me my entire life. Now I want to get a gun and blast them all away. I don't know. But you're not supposed to piss on a jellyfish thing either. It makes it worse. The ammonia and the
I
piss
was
makes
about to say the ammonia and the urine.
it makes it worse.
I can't say
Then
I've
again,
been stung or pissed on. I'm unsure. Experience here, boy.
No, well, I have been stung by a jellyfish, aye, but I didn't piss on it for that reason. I can't it would make it worse.
Was it no on your face?
No, it wasn't on my face, thank Christ. It was on my arm and my leg.
Oh, it was
'Cause I was
nearly your face because you came up and you saw it.
Aye, I was in Spain under the water with one of them, them scuba diver masks that cover your nose and your eyes and you get the wee stupid snorkel.
No.
I stopped about the beach with one of them and I was chasing a squid. There was a wee squid in the water and I was like following it about. And I came up to breathe and I went into a jellyfish. But I came up with like my arm like this and my arm went through it. My head missed it, thank Christ. Because if I had surfaced with this thing on me like a fez, I'd maybe have started greeting and drunk.
You come out the water looking like Squidward.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? This before I had a big massive beard on us and my face would have been completely exposed.
It's just that stinging away at you. It's fuck you.
I see, either it's going to be like that or all aggressive and just fucking me, or it's going to panic because it's out the water and it's drowning, so its wee tentacles is going to be going, oh, he's trying to swim away.
It's whipping you.
I mean, whipped by a jellyfish.
But see, if you were out the water with it, you would run out the water with it. You'd be like, I'm accepting you're going to sting me, but you're going to die for the privilege.
Oh, absolutely. I'd run like headlong into traffic, both to end my stinging suffering, and B, do my last act as a living human to smite the thing that's giving me pain. I'm going to take a run and head it into a bus or something.
We're actually going to get shut down by Peter, aren't we? I think we've just spoken about killing so many animals.
I tell you for what, you see the videos of YouTube PETA members going into restaurants and interrupting folk that are eating a nice steak dinner and flinging blood at them. Now, if anybody from PETA hears this and you fling a bucket of blood at me while I'm eating a steak, I'm going to beat you to death.
With the steak.
The steak.
Alright, well, allegedly, PETA kills more animals than they save.
Of course they do. They're us psychos, man.
Have you seen that stuff about vegans that get cats and try and turn the cat vegan?
And they go blind and die.
They go blind.
Because they're like exclusively carnivores.
Like, you know what dogs? Like dogs, you can feed a dog like dry food and it'll survive. But you can't do that with a cat. Cat needs meat.
Because there's a term for it in nature, right? You get omnivore, carnivore, and then you get this other thing called a hypercarnivore. It's something that only eats meat. All cats are hypercarnivores. None of them eat berries. See, like a grizzly bear forages on berries and things. But polar bears, for example, don't. Polar bears are hypercarnivores because of the area they live in. There's no foliage. They only eat meat. Well, every single species of cat known to man is a hypercarnivore. None of them eat green. None of them eat berries or forage. They all kill and eat flesh. It's like sharks. Great white sharks are hypercarnivore. Only eats meat. Lions, crocodiles. You know what I mean? Some animals are omnivorous and can go between, like a dog. A dog can eat anything, as you say. Dogs eat their own shit. You know what I mean? But cats, no, if you're a vegan and you hear this, that's perfectly fine for your life choice, but your cat is a carnivore. It will go blind and die if you try and feed it celery.
But if you're a vegan and you've got a cat, that's counterproductive because cats are psychos. Like, they're wee predators. Like, a cat fucks up. Aye, that's the exact word. They are murderers. But see if there's a bird outside your house, that cat will fuck it up. It'll eat it.
Aye, it's going to get it.
Aye, and here's a fun fact. See that cat you love so much? See if it was bigger, it'd eat you. If we could, it would.
We were talking about that before we started recording. Cats is one of the animals that if they could kill and eat you, they would. And there's evidence for that. Because the fucking wild cat is big enough to kill and eat people. They kill you and they eat you. Tigers eat people. Lions eat people. Leopards eat loads of people. That happens all the fucking time. Jaguars, they get you. All these things. These people that are out there trying to hug wild animals, get it stopped. They're going to kill you. There was a story last year was making the rounds on Twitter and I nearly choked to death on my coffee of a morning reading it. It was one of the San Francisco wankers that likes to skate everywhere and only eats soybeans and meditates. And they went on holiday to India and they went out into the jungle to meditate in the jungle and be one with nature. And you know what happened to them? A leopard jumped them while they were meditating, broke their neck and ate them. It's what you get.
Did you hear that story? I think it was California. It was a mountain lion tried to jump a jogger, and the jogger choked it out.
That jogger's got bigger plums than me. I'd have started greeting them. I do.
Imagine that. The idea of like some jogger just choking a puma. It's obviously a black belt by in the Gracies. Just go to the naked.
So many stories online of that. Folk jogging in California, in Idaho, and all these fucking scary places in America. And these cats, these pumas and mountain lions stalk them. They
Aye.
watch you. When you're going camping, they watch where you're camping, and then they fucking wait for you to be vulnerable. You go out at night for a piss or something.
That's
hide
exactly.
among the thorns watching you.
That's why Joe Rogan jogs with a knife.
Right? It's just a shock.
It's like, if one of them comes at you, he's rattle in its skull.
But Joe Rogan's at least hard as fuck. He's a trained killer. He hunts, he fights. The average man of us, like if we're out jogging for whatever reason, and a mountain lion tries to get us, it's good night, Vienna. But then you've even known what's happened, you're dead.
Nah, you can't be dealing with them.
I hate them. I hate them all. I hate every one of them.
That's how fun that we live in Scotland, where the most dangerous animal. Because I done this, I was looking at like 10 most dangerous animals in every place, and like ours was the wasp. The wasp. Because folk are allergic, and that's the only reason they kill so many folk is folk are allergic. That.
I've been stung by a wasp, I know.
For God's sake.
They're fuckers.
I get stung in the face by one when I was away. I was in Patna for some reason. A family day out in Patna and a wasp got me.
Well, Patna is like a different country.
Well,
There's zebras and ostriches.
Oh, aye. Well, that's true, innit? We had an ostrich here running about the hills in Scotland.
There was an ostrich on the loose in Patna.
It got free for a zoo or something and was running about Patna.
And no one could catch it.
Of course they couldn't have been good. I was Googling ostriches not that long ago for fun, because I still do that. I lie in the bath and Google scary animals on my phone. And they kill about 3 people a year in South Africa. So they do, ostriches. And they kill you, they kick you to death. Can you imagine? Because you can't even run them, so it just comes like barreling across the desert at you and starts kicking you.
You kick you to death.
But you're laughing, no? But can you imagine getting kicked to death
by a big bird. By D. Reynolds.
Kicked to death by D. Reynolds. Your only hope would be, because their necks are so fucking long, you could get like a hoodie instead, like Wonder Palm in the face or something. Then poke its fucking eyes out or something. I don't know what you would do.
Aye, but they could peck you.
It's the whole time it's kicking you, it's going to be pecking you in the neck, and it's like pecking you in the throat.
There's nothing you can do.
I don't know. I'd
It'll
try
get you.
try and put its eyeballs out, I think, but it would definitely get me.
Try and pull its eyeballs.
If your choices are be kicked to death or put its eyeballs out, I'm definitely going to get in there.
Get in there with the thumbs. This is why I had
And you change the tide when you've got your thumbs in its eyes, you can sweep its legs out from below it. You're rolling. You go dominant.
Next thing you know, you get tap control.
I was just going to say that. You're dominant, your own mount, thumbs in the eyes, bringing your forehead down into its face, punching fuck at an ostrich. That's not how that would go, though. It would definitely kill you.
It would kick you to death.
They're massive.
They really are huge.
That might be Scotland's biggest predator. Patna's ostrich.
I love that idea. Just running about Patna. Ellsbank and Demelton and all the places, there's just an ostrich. Cutting about.
Strutting.
They do. When you see them walk, that's how they are. They strut. They're massive. They're massive and scary, and things lead them along.
They put out their wee chests. Right.
Yeah. Cheetahs eat them right enough. That was in one of the David Attenborough shows. Cheetahs have learned to hunt teams. It takes 3 cheetahs to bring down an ostrich.
I don't think I'm harder than 3 cheetahs.
Here's me saying how I'd sweep its legs and get that. By this same mental mathematics, I could also battle 3 cheaters. But as we discussed
You
earlier,
just can't. You just
you
can't.
can't. No, you definitely can't.
No, you couldn't fuck with one cheater.
No, you couldn't batter 1 cheater, never mind 3.
You wouldn't be able to get on bound with a cheater.
No, cheaters are so fast, they're like
I know.
a blur with teeth.
Oh, could you imagine playing running away from a cheater?
Mate, I can't even.
He's running at the wind. This cheater half an hour head start, still can't.
He's just about over the old race course.
I couldn't even outrun a tortoise, never mind a cheater.
Snapping turtles.
Oh god, snapping, they'll get you.
They will get you. Kyoto Peterson, you moron.
Steve-O from Jackass. That's one nipples.
Mind the time Steve-O sat on the box of scorpions? He went like, if anybody knows anything about scorpions, it's old Uncle Steve-O, and put his trousers down and sat on a bunch of scorpions. Of course, they went full scorpion and got him.
Scorpions must be the worst because they've got the big tail. They go.
Scorpions, they get the worst at ours, don't they? They've got the big pincers like a crab, and they've got the big poison tail, and a set of jaws. They've got mandibles. They'll get you.
Aye.
Hanging off your face, getting you with 3 different tools.
It's that one. He's on the tight. It's essentially on a tightrope, and he's got like a T-bone steak down his boxers, and he's having to crawl with her, and it's a crocodile under him.
They're jumping up at him.
Oh, crocodile.
He falls in that one.
I know. He just about gets away.
Aye, because he's running. And there's one just lying there, and he doesn't see it, and he has to jump at the last second because it goes for him.
It goes for his foot.
Crocodiles have to be the worst one, right? Because they think other mammals, other like members of the mammalian group, they have reasoning, they can think and like deduce, and they think elephants have emotions apparently, and so do whales and things. And like chimps, they're mammals just because they can think and plan and things. But reptiles don't do that. They've got such a different brain. They're pure instinct. Everything that they see, they think, I'm going to fuck you. And if they can get a hold of you, they're going to kill you. Crocodiles don't have reasoning or like deductive ability or logic or empathy or emotion of any kind. Everything they see, they think, I'm going to have you. You belong to me. You're mine. Crocodiles are the living embodiment of I'm going to get you.
Do you know what the worst part about them is? You feel in your head, you've got this preconception that when you're on land, you're safe. You're not safe.
You're not safe at all.
You run 30 mile an hour.
Can you run 30 mile an hour? No.
No. Wee legs.
You wouldn't even be able to run at full pace because half your body, your energy would be focused on screaming for your life. You'd be screaming
for your life that quick. What's scary?
The dinosaur comes barreling out the river.
It's 90% pure body.
That horrible swagger.
25-foot dinosaurs trying to kill you.
That horrible swagger that they've got.
Because they kind of zigzag all the way.
They come galloping out the fucking
Get that tail, it swishes.
Aye, they've got the skin that's made out of steel practically. They've got the big fucking tail that can break your pelvis. They get teeth like this. Yeah.
And they take your limbs off.
Oh, they rip you to bits. That's horrible.
They take your limbs off so you can't run away from them.
They rip you to pieces. It's not like the big cats that go for the throat and try and choke you out before they start eating you. At least they give you that courtesy. A crocodile's no such pleasantries. It's going to start eating you while you're alive.
Have you seen
Aye,
that
it's
video of the
like
two
the-
crocodiles? And one of them death rolls another one's arm off, and it's not even
Aye.
bothered.
Aye, the crocodile that loses the arm, heavy nacelles. It's like Hogan in '88, complete nacelle. Doesn't
know.
care.
Just
Doesn't
like,
give a
oh,
fuck.
that's a thing.
Oh man, reptiles, man, no. They're now one of them ones like cats. If they could kill you, they would. And the fact that the big one's day is proof of that. Reptiles, man. They got a brain like a pea. And everything they see, they either want to shag or eat. Or God forbid, some horrible combination of the two. Crocodile, oh, no. Imagine living in any of the places. It's like 40 degrees all day, and you can't even get in the water to cool down because there's monsters hiding under the surface. I'm so glad we live in Scotland.
I know. Like, if you
You
live
just-
in America, you couldn't even, like, hide in a cave because either a bear's going to get you or there's bats.
Oh, that's rabies.
I've got a funny bat story actually. Wait 2 minutes, I'll fix my headphone.
Yes.
Because I've never seen as many bats as I have in my life than when I've moved to Dumbarton, right? So I was like cycling along the river Weaving. I thought it'd be a great idea to cycle. I went out, it was during the summer, so I went out about 8 o'clock at night, and I cycled to Balloch, which is about, I don't know, maybe 11 kilometres or something. So by the time I was there and by the time I was coming back, maybe later than half 8, it was starting to get dark, and there was bats all around me. And they were like flying at my heat. And oh my god, I think that's one of the most terrified I've ever fucking been. Because usually things like that don't freak me out, like they don't bother me. But see the fact it was dark and you could just see them at the last minute. They were like, fuck. So I was like there in my bike pedaling for my fucking life. It was like that. Oh, who's the boy? Who's the boy to ET?
Elliot.
I was cycling like Elliot, and I was like, just take off. And it was that way. See, when I'd done, my shoulders and my neck were sore because I was that stiff.
That's fair, man. That's fair. They give you fucking rabies. Rabies killed you.
Ducking and weaving, and they were like glitzing off the top of my heat. I was like, oh no.
Bats down the river in air.
Imagine that was your. I can just picture you thinking when you're on that bike. Like, is this how it ends? Bats. Bats are going to
because I was so tight and tense. I might just
every muscle in his body's tensed up. So he doesn't want to get taken by bats.
Just go off, and I might land in the river leaving. Because I came in, I was telling my girlfriend, I came in, oh shit. They followed me the whole way home. I thought there was only like a certain stretch there would be. No, they were everywhere. Like fucking vultures. They were everywhere. So I came in, I was a bit shook. I was like trying to tell her, and she was like giving me laughter. She found it that
so away.
It's the most. I think it's the most scared I've ever been in my life. It was that way. I was on the bike and I was like visioning my happy place.
Just thinking about Celtic Park. We're paradise. All the while you're getting set about by bats.
I can't get off my bike. And fight them. It's too dark. They can see in the dark.
How would you fight them? How would you fight? A swarm of bats.
You're going to flip a couple of you swinging off.
I don't think. I mean, that's all you could do is put your head down and windmill through them and hope for the best.
Put the hood up. It was someone if I didn't have a hood.
You try to beat it.
With your breaststroking with your fists through a swarming sea of leathery wings.
Terrifying.
That's awful.
That's an awful story.
You come in all shaking and everybody starts laughing at you. That is brilliant. That's good.
I can't think of anything better than that.
It's a good way to end the show.
That's absolutely perfect.
Martin get mauled by bats. It's great.
Oh my god. If you've had a good time listening to these animal stories, bats and geese, please give us a subscribe, a like, and whatever else you need to do, the bell. And oh god. Comment down below if any time you've been attacked by animals.
And should we do another part like this? Because there's more animal. I've left some stories.
If you've enjoyed it, please tell us, and we'll do another one.
Yes.
Right. Bye, guys.
Stay safe, YouTube. Don't torment the animals. Remember, they'll get you. It might get the plums pumping to go near them, but they will get you.
And remember, plums are pumping, and they'll get you. Good night.
Bye.